I recently reviewed the Dermatology Universal Tinted Sunscreen and found that it was quite shiny, and I needed to apply a light powder over my entire face to get rid of the shininess. In today's video, I have the Matte Universal Tinted Moisturizer, so of course I wanted to see if I like it better. If you're new here, hi, I'm GloryB and this is GloryB-TV. One of the main topics of my channel is how to slow down the aging process through several means. I still call it anti-aging. Using a full spectrum sunscreen every day as part of my skincare routine has been a huge part of my experience in slowing down the aging process of my skin. I'm 64 now and only started using a full spectrum sunscreen when I was 35. Now, if you're in your 20s or 30s and you've stumbled onto this video, my channel is a great place to learn what actually works to slow down the aging process. I've only done Botox once and a bit of filler once, and that wore off a long time ago. I haven't had any other major procedures done on my face. That means my skincare and my diet have been the keys to looking younger. And it's not my genes. My younger siblings already look a lot older than I do. And yesterday I was at the hair salon and my stylist, who is just a couple of years younger than I am, knows I'm 64 and is a man, commented on my skin saying something like, "You have beautiful skin." And I was wearing this Dermatology matte sunscreen to test it out. So you all see me through my camera, a lens, and a screen, but this man saw me in salon lights. Okay, let's get into this matte tinted sunscreen product. As I've said in other videos, in order to get the sun protection factor or SPF listed on a product's label that's intended for your face and neck, you need to apply a 1/4 teaspoon of the product to your face and neck. Now that's a lot of product when the sunscreen is tinted. This is why I recommend as an option that you apply your regular non-tinted sunscreen in the 1/4 teaspoon amount and then use a smaller amount of the tinted sunscreen. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to apply the entire 1/4 teaspoon of the Matte Universal Tinted Sunscreen to my face and neck to see what happens. And just like Dermatology's non-matte regular tinted moisturizer, this one also has 12% zinc oxide and 7.5% octinoxate. Now, these two active ingredients together block both UVA and UVB rays, which means this product is a full spectrum sunscreen. Many sunscreens that we had prior to the mid-1990s were only blocking UVB rays. Sunscreen on my face and neck has been a game changer for me. I have several other videos on my channel where I've reviewed other sunscreens, and in those cases, I also wanted to see how they perform with makeup over them, especially foundation. But in this video, the matte tinted sunscreen will be applied in lieu of foundation. Before I forget to tell you, when you click or tap the links for the Dermatology products, my 20% discount is already applied to your order. All the products I mentioned today are listed and linked in the description box and in the first comment below the video. Tap or click to open either of those and everything is there, including the other makeup I'm wearing today. Let's cut to the clip where I applied the matte tinted sunscreen. So before I apply the Matte Universal Tinted Moisturizer, SPF 46, I first did my under eyes. So if you haven't seen my video on applying the Aquaphor lip balm to the under eyes and even above the lip area, I will link that video in several places in this video. I did a side-by-side comparison with Aquaphor under one eye and then a different method I use on the other eye, and everybody commenting said they thought the Aquaphor looked better. And then I applied my Pixie corrector with this little concealer brush. So it's an under eye corrector you put on under foundation. And just in case I want to buff out this tinted moisturizer, I bought a buffing brush. All right, I also brought my 1/4 teaspoon. Oh boy, it's just a lot of product. Let's see. That's a lot of product with color in it. All right. Because that's what I did in the last video. All right, let's try to get all this out. Last time it took me a while to get it all out. Okay. Oh, here we go. A 1/4 teaspoon if I want that SPF 46. Now, I just rewatched my last video where I used the Universal Tinted Moisturizer that's not matte. And I didn't buff it out. And like I said in that video, I don't ever put foundation on my neck, but I always put sunscreen on my neck. Okay, that's a lot of product, just like last time. So I'm putting it everywhere I would put sunscreen anyway. All right, and since I brought this buffing brush, I'm just going to lightly go over it. Not like I would with foundation. And when I apply foundation over regular untinted sunscreen, I have done my skincare earlier with the sunscreen applied last, and then I have about a half hour to an hour go by before I start my makeup. So sunscreen needs a good 20 minutes to 30 minutes to be on your skin before you even go outside. So that's a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. In fact, before you go to the beach or the pool, it's better to put on your sunscreen on your body at home before you go outside, before you go to the beach. Okay, so I like how that's looking. Is it matte? Is it completely matte? I don't think it's completely matte, but it certainly isn't as shiny as the regular. So I'm going to wait a little bit before I put on the rest of my makeup, but I'm going to come back in a bit and we'll see if it's still this shiny. And I think you can see that because of the studio lights. I think you can see how shiny that is. All right, I'll be right back. I took a little extra time, I don't know, maybe a half hour, and it's still a tiny bit shiny, but not bad. I will be applying some powder, and when I come back with all my makeup, I'll tell you what I applied and how I did it. And here I am with a full face of makeup. I used a minimal amount of powder this time and didn't apply it to my entire face like I did with the non-matte tinted sunscreen. And I used this Flower Beauty finishing powder and a large fluffy brush to apply it only to my cheeks before applying blush. And I used a smaller brush to apply it as a setting powder below my eyes. Now I have several videos showing how I apply it so that the under eye area looks smooth and lasts all day. Don't be afraid of powder. If you apply this small amount, it won't look cakey. I took a photo with my phone near a window and I didn't edit the photo. It seems to be enough coverage for my skin, and using the full 1/4 teaspoon doesn't seem to be a problem of too much product, but I can always use a non-tinted sunscreen under this if I want more sunscreen. I have to say, I like this matte tinted sunscreen a little more than the not matte version because of this one being less shiny. If you want to see my review of the non-matte DRMTLGY tinted sunscreen or my review of their Daydream mineral sunscreen, the images for those videos are on the right side of your screen. Tap one of the images and I'll see you in the next video.